is bitter. It has barbs and shots thrown on and off the field over the years. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the FIU Panthers, just outside of Miami and Pit Bull Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the American, the Florida Atlantic Owls, taking on the 16th-ranked team in the land, the Florida International Panthers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Florida Atlantic ready to kick it off and get this game started. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So FIU's offense will be first on the attack. So the last time these two got together, the nails were chewed down to the cuticles. It was a barn burner. Think we get another one of those, Jesse?
I certainly hope so, Reese. And I know that mental toughness is very cliche in all of sports, especially college football. And David, it's something that coaches are always harping on. But this is one of those games. The team that's most mentally tough at the end, they probably win.
Especially in rivalry games, especially in big moments, especially when there's more to it than just a game. So I think that this is something that who can focus, who can stay disciplined, who can stay tough and keep and block out all the noise.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Use the play fake, now to throw. Finds his tight end. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
I know it's something we take for granted, guys, but the Q did a great job there with the play-action fake. He really took his time and sold it. And that's what froze the linebackers in the second level of the defense to help make that completion a whole lot easier.
He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Turning it on! Forced out of bounds, and they'll mark it dead at the 34. The Panthers have it with a 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. Fights off a defender. Picks up the first down, still moving. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. And the Panthers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. He's got it on the run. And after a nice gain, the runner just scoots out of bounds.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Panthers.
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Florida Atlantic's offense will go to work for the first time. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at him.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. The Owls trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to pass, it's Sampson. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. Makes the grab on the left. They make the stop at the 26, and let's see if they bring out the punt team. Florida Atlantic will send the punt unit onto the field. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back. Oh, he wants it all. And the DB right with him to knock it away.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Breaks into the open. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. FIU set up with another first down. The give to the back. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking to fire. Fakes to grab. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Hold. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Quarterback may change this route. We reached the break. It's FIU with the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. Wants to go up top. Working that left side now. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. On first and goal, let's see if FIU can get it in. Barrels ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Panthers!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Fighting off the defender. And this guy has some shiftiness to him, and he showed it off to the defense after picking up a few. On third and short, the power run here. He's not even going to make it back to the line of scrimmage as the defense gets big-time penetration. Punt is on its way. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. Going to throw it over the top of the knee. Makes the catch on the left. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. This offense just gets a bolt of energy when they get a play like that. Now they're in the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 20. Guided out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 14. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Leaves it with the back. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. The Panthers come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Got his man. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Looking for the goal line. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
Pushes ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, FIU. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. He's into his happy place, the end zone, and he's been very, very happy because he's been there regularly in the first half.
Yeah, most people are happy with, several touchdowns in a season, but you just feed him and he keeps getting in the end zone, keeps piling up touchdowns. Those stats are just climbing up and up and up. Thank your offensive lineman. Take him out to dinner tonight.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. D showing blitz. They might be bluffing. Looking to pass. It's Sampson. Makes the grab down the middle. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Hold.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He's got him. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. Florida Atlantic decides to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Unloads to the wideout. On target over the middle. Dragged down at the 43, but it's a pickup of 10 on that one. Now it's a first down from the 43-yard line. Trying to set up the screen. There he goes. The tag. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Florida International.
Well, this thing's turning into a rout, and it's turning into a rout quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Gets it past the marker. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Defense looks as if it's coming. Grabs it in the middle.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Really good break on the football. He sees the ball come out, and he hits it right as he's catching it. Nice job of dislodging the football from the receiver. That's a good play by the defensive back.
And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. They'll send the tight end in motion. Leads it with the back. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. And the Panthers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Gets open down the middle. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Firing to the right, complete. Knocked out of bounds after a good gain on that one. They'll spot it at the 43. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Makes the grab. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. FIU comes out with a fresh set of downs. Wide open downfield. The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. Absolutely perfect. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
FIU has it on a tee, about ready to go here in the third quarter. And he's going to bring it out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter.
Oh, he's got some space. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw, it's Sampson. Under fire. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. And the Owls with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to pass. Fires to the big fella. And that is good versatility there and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. When you've already sent your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, another big incompletion on third down now, and if you're the head coach, I wonder if you start thinking about making a change at quarterback because you don't have any points. You haven't been able to find any rhythm in the passing game. You're in the second half now, and you've got to be able to find a spark, and you just wonder if maybe the backup can give that to your offense.
The Florida International offense is back on the field. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Looking to fire. Going for the big play. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
These DBs better stay ready because even though they're trailing by a lot in this game, the opponent's not trying to run the ball and bleed the clock. They are still...
He's going for the big play. Snatches it on the right. He's loose on the right. Touchdown, Panthers. And once he found open space, the band might as well... Play it. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
The Owls come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Looking for a man. It's Sampson. Quarterback floating away from pressure. At the 45 on his way. Flying down the right side. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. Florida Atlantic goes to work with a fresh set of downs. Lost a throw on 1st down. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. We'll see if this offensive line is ready for the blitz. And back to the air on 2nd down. Makes the grab. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. And it's right down the boulevard. I wouldn't say they cut into the deficit. They sort of microscopically edged off the deficit. Still a mountain to climb. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. Gives it on the option. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Well, he does a really nice job buying time, and I love the awareness there, understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, and he's able to use his athleticism to get that first down.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The Panthers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Trying to make magic with his feet. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving.
And that is such a gut punch for this defense because you're trailing in the game. You're trying to get off the field. You think you got the quarterback in the backfield for a sack, and he's able to escape scramble and go pick up the first.
Turning it on! And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. And the Panthers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Knocked down at the 47. It's a 5-yard gain and enough to move the chains. They'll have to hurry if they want to get another play off before the quarter ends. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got his man on the right. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. That's the end of the quarter, and FIU is on top. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the 3rd quarter stats will show you. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. They'll run it from the gun. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
The Panthers come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Looking to throw for it. Takes the easy one to the back. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Slings it downfield. Got him, and nobody's close. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Panthers! With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the Oak.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Ball is coming out to the 40 after that penalty on the kickoff.
Ready? 3:25.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Caught behind the line. It's gained.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it, but the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
Florida Atlantic will have to send out the punt team. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. And the punt goes out of bounds. We'll check the spot. Think they'll have it right around the 40-yard line. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10.
Offense has a huge lead right now in the fourth quarter, and they're just going to run this football to try to ice the game, being more dominant, being more physical at the point of attack.
Puts it out of the air. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Looking to throw. Bears the pressure. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. All wideouts, no backs. Gonna swing it on second down. Fires to the big fella. Brings into the open. And they're able to get him on the ground.
Yeah, and Palmer, I don't know what his grade's going to be, but hitting over 400 yards on the day, I think coaches are going to be pretty impressed with the day this young man had.
No doubt. I think for defensive coordinators moving forward now, you're going to be charged with having to find answers to try to slow this guy down. Today, we've seen this defense try blitzing, zone coverage, man coverage. They've mixed up personnel. None of it has worked. This guy has carved them apart.
Moves away as he feels pressure. It's complete to the right. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. FIU comes out with a fresh set of downs. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to pass. He's got it on the move. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
And there's no mercy rule in college football. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter, and they're still staying aggressive. They're still throwing the football going.
And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And with that TD, this team looking to go 4-0. Just how you want to start a season, man. They've done an unbelievable job answering all the questions, starting off the year just how you want to. Now, keep it going. Keep that momentum. Don't relax. What a start to the season.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Running back searching for a hole. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. And the Owls now with a long way to go. There he goes. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. It'll be third and short from their own 33. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense. You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side hates every wretched breath the other one sucks into their greedy lungs. Figuratively speaking, of course, and when you win, oh, is that sweet.
It's glorious to be able to brag, to be able to text message your buddies, to be able to post stuff on social media. It's a lot of fun. I think fans like it more than anybody, but it's something that every year you have a couple games start. This was one of them, Jesse. They took care of business, and now you move on to the next.
They really did, and we saw some great individual efforts in this game by the winning team, too. So cool to see some of these players that have had terrific